Hello and welcome to the Randolph County community and beyond. My name is Tim Moody. I'm the Public Information Officer with the Randolph County School System. I'm here with our Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Gainey, and as we do each month, we venture out to one of our schools for our From the Desk Of interview with Randolph Communications. This month, we're at another one of our great schools, Southwestern Randolph Middle School. Dr. Gainey, I'll give you just a moment to talk a little bit about this fine school.
Well, Tim, it's a great school, great student body here, great staff. School continues to get better academically. Their programs beyond the classrooms are very successful, and just really proud of the school. Michael Kreider is the principal here. He has been here for 4 years now. This is his 4th school year. So just really proud of this school, and like I say, it just continues to get better academically and continues to send great kids to the high school level to Southwestern Randolph High School right around the corner. So just very excited to be here and always happy to be on this campus and see the great things the kids are doing.
And I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but we're actually standing in a spot where a book fair is taking place this week. Book fairs are always a lot of fun and exciting events for schools, and Dr. Gainey, talk about those.
Well, Tim, the book fairs, schools throughout the system have book fairs at different times in the year, and it's a great opportunity to continue to promote the idea of reading and the importance of reading with our students, and gives kids a chance to pursue resources of interest to them, and just appreciate the work staff, different staff members do when they work with the book fairs and all, and particularly the media specialists who put in a lot of work for. When you see a school having a book fair, you know the media specialists have put in a lot of effort to make it a successful event.
So we have moved from the Media Center here at Southwestern Randolph Middle School to a classroom. And Dr. Gainey, you want to talk for just a moment about SAT scores. Back on November 3rd, the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction released SAT scores for every district and every school in the state. North Carolina's SAT average is actually 30 points higher than the national average. We had 4 schools in our district that were above the state average, so a lot of good news there. Just want to give you a moment to talk about the SAT.
Well, Tim, I was very excited about the SAT scores that came out, and I think the mention of the state average being higher than the national average speaks to what's going on in the high schools in North Carolina. There's a lot of great work going on across the state in high schools, and so then I get to the 7 high schools that are in our school system, and I want to say a big thank you to the teachers at these schools and the 7 principals, because they're doing a great job as they continue to work to adjust to the academic interests of our students while also raising the rigor. And when you do that, that's how things like SAT scores continue to increase. I also want to say a big thank you to Kim Johnson, our Director of High Schools. I've watched for 4+ years now. She was the high school director when I arrived in Randolph County back 4+ years ago, and she has a great relationship with our high school principals. You ought to, if you could see them in their level meetings on principal meeting days, very exciting to see the exchange of ideas and strategies and program ideas for what they may do with scheduling of different programs on their campuses. So I think it's all coming together, but I want to say a big thank you to Kim, because her leadership has been very important in this arena at the high school level. I also want to say thank you to our Board of Education, because before I came, I don't know exactly how many years prior to my arrival, the board had already established that special funding was going to be given to each high school for SAT preparation and ACT preparation. And when you look back at what has happened, that was a great decision by the board, and I just want to say thank you to them for making that decision. And as we've continued on, it's obviously something that was a good decision, and we're going to continue on with it because it's helping our students at the high school level.
And we mentioned the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. Just yesterday, they recognized another one of our schools, Randolph Elementary School, and Randolph Elementary earned model recognition for its positive behavior intervention and support. PBIS is generally what it's known by, the implementation efforts there. So I want to give you an opportunity to do a shout out to Randolph Elementary.
Well, Randolph Elementary is one of these schools led by a great principal, James Johnson. It's a great culture in the school, a great feel when you go in school. We've done one of our videos in that school in the past year. There's a lot of academic rigor in the classrooms. Staff is really works hard with the kids, and the kids are engaged. And I think when you have a program like PBIS and it's working well, that's one of the results. the kids are highly engaged in their studies, their academic work, but also the other piece I mentioned, the culture. The culture is just positive, and when you go into school, you don't see, in an effective school, you don't see, everybody always talking about the rules. Well, an effective school it occurs because you have a very positive culture where kids understand the expectations, and that's what you see at Randolph Elementary School. And a lot of that comes from the principal. He's a great principal, and he's always interacting with the students. He's always interacting with staff. So both groups see him regularly out in the building, and he loves that school, and there's a great relationship between him and the staff and the students. And I think that's what's led to this award and what's led to the PBIS program being so successful there.
So Dr. Gainey, speaking of recognitions, we have two schools who are going to receive a very special recognition at our next board meeting. That's Trinity Elementary School and Randolph Middle School. They have been recognized as what's called signature schools, recognized by the Piedmont Triad Education Consortium. So talk a little bit about those schools and this great honor.
Well, Tim, I'm very excited and proud for the two schools that we are recognizing, Randolph Middle and Trinity Elementary. Randolph Middle, people may have forgotten, but just 4 years ago, we moved to 5th grade there, and we have a great principal at the school, Tracy Dawes. She has been at school, this is her 4th year there, and she led that transition when we moved to 5th grade up, and she and the staff did a great job with it, and very proud of what's happened there academically. The school in the last 4 school years has increased their composite score on state end of grade tests, which is the composite score is the percentage of students at level 3 or better. They've increased that composite score by 14.9 points. And this past year they met growth. So just very excited about what's happening at Randolph Middle, and very proud of Tracy. She's a great principal. Before she went to Randolph Middle, she had spent time as a principal at Northeastern Randolph Middle and was very successful there. So just want to say, congratulations to the staff and congratulations to Tracy on a job well done and on this great accomplishment. Now we go over to Trinity Elementary, and Kim Bowie is in her 5th year as the principal at Trinity Elementary, and Trinity Elementary has gone through very similar gains. In the last 4 school years, their composite score has gone up by 25.1 points. And in the 4 years prior to this school year, they've reached high growth every year. So I want to say congratulations to Kim and her staff. She has a great staff as well. I love being on both of those campuses, as I do the other 29 campuses in the school system, because I believe we've got great teachers all over this system and great principals. But I do want to say congratulations to Kim and to Tracy. Trinity Elementary is Kim Bowie's first principalship. She's in her 5th year now, and just excited for her and excited for her staff. And you start talking about composite score increases over a 4-year window of 14.9 points and 25.1 points. That is huge, and that is an indicator of great work by staff and students and the parents, providing great support for both schools. So be a big night, and then in December, both principals will be able to come to there's a special breakfast at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, where both schools will be honored and both principals will be guests there. And it's the signature school recognition for the Piedmont Triad Education Consortium, of which we're a member. And there's 16 school systems that are members, and we're one of them. And so there's 2 big events for these 2 schools, and well-deserved recognition.
So Dr. Gainey, we moved to a classroom to a hallway now, and hopefully we've timed this in between bells and class changes. But I want to switch gears just a little bit and talk a little bit about our Human Resources Department. We have 31 schools, 17,000 students, and almost 2,500 employees. So naturally, there's always personnel and staffing needs that need to be addressed. We have a job fair tomorrow for classified positions. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about our outstanding Human Resources staff.
Tim, I'm very proud of our HR department led by Amy Walker, who's Assistant Superintendent. That department has a lot of different roles that the members of the department carry out. First and foremost is when we're hiring individuals, I think that's a huge role. They have to make sure the employment process is completed and the paperwork's completed accurately, so that when it goes to the finance department, that people are paid accurately and on time, and the payroll works. Also, they work on licensure issues that staff members, different people in different areas of the school system have licensure requirements that they have to satisfy, and the HR department handles those. And then another big area that always comes to mind with them is the recruitment piece. They go out and we have vacancies. They're helping principals or helping central service departments find candidates for their vacancies that just find the right candidate for a vacancy that occurs. And so tomorrow we actually have a job fair. First time we're going to have a job fair for classified employees. And I'm very excited that our HR department decided to reach out in this way and have this separate job fair. And when you start talking about classified employees, you talk about clerical positions, you're talking about custodial positions, you're talking about bus drivers, you may have child nutrition workers or child nutrition positions. So just there are a lot of classified positions in our school system. There are a lot of certified positions, but tomorrow's job fair is going to be focused solely on classified positions, and principals that have vacancies are going to come to the job fair, and we hope we have a good turnout so that we can try to find candidates for the positions we have vacant throughout the school system.
So Dr. Gainey, as we close out our interview today, want to maybe give you an opportunity just to kind of share with our community what's on your mind, maybe some good news from the district or from our schools.
Well, Tim, I've been, we've just finished our first quarter. Report cards went home yesterday. And so, it's been a smooth start to the school year. Very excited about what we're seeing in the schools. Very excited about what the staff members in different schools are, how they're working with students, and just feel like we're getting better as a school system, and very proud of the staff members. And, as we a lot of events are transitioning from the fall season to the winter season. We're into the holiday time. We're in the month of November, and so we have holidays. A holiday in November, a holiday in December, and then hopefully we can avoid the winter weather. And so with the end of usually the winter weather always shows up about the end of the first semester at the high school level, and so hopefully we can avoid that. We avoided a lot of that last year, and but very proud of what we're seeing in the schools, and just want to say thank you to the students and staff and to the parents, because a school year doesn't start as smooth as this school year has started without all three groups working hard, and our students, I say this many times, it seems like many times a week when people are talking about our school system. We're lucky. We have great students in this school system, and we owe a lot to our parents, because the parents of these students have worked. They send their kids to us, and their kids are ready to learn, and the expectation that they do learn and are successful in school, and that helps. And then when they come to school, we have some great staff members in these classrooms all throughout the school system that work with them. So just really proud of where our school system is. Look forward to us continuing to get better. As I've said to the principals for the last 4+ years, not really concerned about how we compare to other school systems around us or throughout the state. I'm more concerned about how we're doing compared to what we did the previous year. Can we keep getting better? And I think that's continuous improvement has been our focus for the previous 4 school years and this school year as well. And I'm just very proud of seeing our school system move forward. We've had some help with our budget. The local budget with the county commissioners, they continue to work hard to support us and to increase our funding, and we appreciate that. Our board has worked very well and very hard with them to build a positive relationship, and I'm just very grateful to have that positive relationship between our board members and the commissioners. Back in the month of October, we had our 4 legislators from our area in a work session. We talked about the state budget. Appreciate them. They're always easy to get to and talk to and share feedback with, and so I feel like we have a lot of things moving in the right direction, and just very excited about what the future brings for this school system. We're in the process of getting ready to build a new school up in the Archdale Trinity Zone, and we've been working at that. And that's all the result of the county commissioner's help. As we mentioned, we've had the Golden Leaf money. There again, the county commissioners made that a reality by contributing matching funds, and just so many things they've had their hands in the last 4 years since I've been here, and I know it's well before my time. They've been very supportive, but just want to make sure we never never forget to say thank you to them and to our board. Earlier in this video, we talked about SAT scores, and you sit back and you think, well, SAT scores, we had some results we're proud of. Can we get better? Yes, but then in the same conversation, we're talking about the Board of Education several years back said, no, we want every high school to have an allotment of money to work only on SAT and ACT prep. That's credit to our Board of Education and the great support they give our staff. So Getting ready to be, as we move into the holiday season, just really, really grateful for what's going on here and grateful for the staff that get to work with every day and the larger community they get to work with. And so we'll see how the rest of the year plays out, but I think it'll be a positive one. It started positive, and I expect it to end positive as we go through the rest of the school year.
All right, Dr. Gainey, thank you. Thank you to Randolph Communications. Thank you to the community for supporting our school system, for allowing us each month to come before you and share with you the great things that go on in our schools. And we look forward to seeing you again in December.